Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Commanders, and it comes your way. Next.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. We count down the kickoff of what should be an epic game, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the AFC champions, the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, the Bills have been a team trending upwards the last few years. They did take a couple of devastating losses to KC in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but here they are seeking that elusive first ever Super Bowl title.
And remember the history of this franchise, partner. They had been there 4 times in the 90s. Super Bowls 25, 26, 27, 28 without a victory. Somewhere, their quarterback, Jim Kelly, their runner, Thurman Thomas, their head coach, Marv Levy, they have to be smiling watching this team go for their first Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, this is a Washington team that kind of flew under the radar this year. They weren't exactly preseason favorites to be here, far from it. But I guess it just shows you what a name change can do, I suppose. They're in the Super Bowl in their first year, Charles, as the Commanders.
The name may have changed, but the history is still there. 1992, Super Bowl 26. That was the last time that they were here more than a quarter century ago. But you remember they won Super Bowl 17 with Joe Theismann and John Riggins, and Super Bowl 22 with Doug Williams and Timmy Smith leading the way.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Truly the face of this Buffalo franchise and totally immersed with the Buffalo community. Josh Allen understands what the Buffalo Bills fans are looking for. That elusive first Super Bowl trophy. And he has the opportunity to bring it home through his talents.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. And his first look is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. It's taken to the 26. The ball comes out. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. To throw, it's Allen. being chased out left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I wonder why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Trayvon Walker in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now Lawrence to throw. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla. Once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try to prevent that from happening again.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence finds his receiver, Watson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head steam going.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Touchdown! Eric Ezukama from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Bills getting set to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Davis, nice grab. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Allen now looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in there by Crowder. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Allen to throw once more. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Caught right side, Davis. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And the deliver there is that play is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set him up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They run again with Hines. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Naeem Hines, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to move back in front. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the next-gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thomas brings it in. And pass the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that.
Walker hitting the ball is out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps? And
now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Review the play.
So that would overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the 38, Lawrence. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On first down, Lawrence. They'll get this one to Ezekama. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are back within a score. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On play action, Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to get this down near the 25. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 57 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Touchdown, Bills! Gabriel Davis, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action now. Lawrence. His pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence, quick slant, Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Straight ahead, Walker, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Ken Walker, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made up here as they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. Going down where they are, he'll start in the third quarter.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They run again with Walker. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 98 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the Super Bowl. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lawrence will throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ballgame.
Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that one an 8-play drive. touchdown run for Brian Robinson. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out and doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Going deep for Diggs. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And again, it's Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. They'll give this to Singletary running right, and very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, 56 yards. And the Bills have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Fields it right around the goal line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lawrence. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Pass complete as Okama with it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Walker now at 1st and 10. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Lawrence on 3rd down. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Walker will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. He's giving him a little jolt. Just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play there gets them right back up to that level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Allen. And Diggs has it. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. There's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lawrence finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Christian Watson, 44 yards. And the Commanders will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bills ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Going deep for Diggs. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown this Super Bowl. And the Bills have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
You know, every now and then I actually listen to history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 139 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the... Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Lawrence is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 43. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 23-yard run. And the Commanders are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield.
And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Allen's throw is complete. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Allen. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
You have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Kenneth Walker with his 3rd touchdown in this Super Bowl. And the Commanders are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Quick toss to Knox. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Allen's throw will be caught by McKenzie. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And again, it's Allen. Throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Now Allen. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen again. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down?
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this way, and the call is going to be overturned. Now Allen, gotta have this one. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on a turnover on downs. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This a good slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They just go up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They did it, the Washington Commanders, Super Bowl champions. And this storied franchise will once again possess the Lombardi Trophy. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.